Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss about very important topic, that is chloride shift. And chloride shift is also known as Hamburger phenomenon. Hamburger was the name of the scientist, and this phenomenon is named after him, Hamburger's phenomenon. Okay, so what is chloride shift? As you know that carbon dioxide is transported in our blood by three different ways. One of the way was as dissolved form. 7% of carbon dioxide is carried as dissolved form in the plasma. Another way was near about 23% of carbon dioxide is transported as oxyhemoglobin. That carbon dioxide get combined with hemoglobin and it form oxyhemoglobin. And rest of the 70% is carried as bicarbonate ion. And we have studied it, we know it that bicarbonate ion is formed in the blood plasma as well as in the RBCs. And how it is formed? When the carbon dioxide combined with the water, it form carbonic acid, H2CO3. This carbonic acid dissociates to form H positive as well as bicarbonate ion. Now these bicarbonate ion are there, this bicarbonate ion are there in our plasma, as well as they are there in the plasma, as well as they are formed in RBC also. But if we talk about RBC, in an RBC there is present an enzyme, and name of that enzyme is carbonic anhydrase. Carbonic anhydrase. And this enzyme is the enzyme whose turnover number is maximum. This enzyme brings about combination of carbon dioxide with water to produce carbonic acid. इस रिएक्शन को स्पीड अप करता है ये पर्टिकुलर एंजाइम. And this enzyme is available in RBC, which is not found in plasma. That's why in plasma also this bicarbonate ion is formed. This bicarbonate ion is formed in plasma also, but the speed is low. It is produced at less rate there, while in RBC it is produced in the faster rate. Now what happened further? Suppose this is the blood capillary, and here is the plasma, and here is the red blood cell. In the red blood cell, there is present large amount of bicarbonate ion, HCO3 negative. Here are also bicarbonate ion, but their number are comparatively lesser. And after their formation, these bicarbonate ions, they leave RBC and enter into blood plasma. So when the negatively charged bicarbonate enter into the plasma in a large number, this disturbs the ionic balance. Ionic balance को disturb कर देता है. In order to restore the proper ionic balance, then what happen? Then chloride ion shift from the plasma within the RBC. So this movement of chloride ion from plasma inside the RBC is known as chloride shift, or it is also called Hamburger phenomenon. So that's all for this particular topic. Next topic is Bohr effect. Very important this topic is. This is very important for need purpose as well as your examination purpose. Bohr effect. Bohr was the name of a scientist. Now what is Bohr effect actually? We know that when a blood is carried, or oxygen is carried in the blood by two ways. One of the way is dissolved in plasma. Only 3% of the oxygen get dissolved in the plasma, and 97% of oxygen that combine with hemoglobin to form oxyhemoglobin. It is carried in this particular form from the lungs towards the body organ. Now what happened near the body cells? Suppose these are the body cells. So what happened in the body cell? These are the body cells. When the blood capillary containing oxyhemoglobin in it reaches near to the blood capillary, at that time what happened? In the blood capillary, in the body cells, there is present more carbon dioxide. Partial pressure of carbon dioxide is more. So carbon dioxide from here diffuses inside the blood. What is going into the blood? Carbon dioxide. So when the carbon dioxide is entering now into the blood, because of that, concentration of carbon dioxide in the blood is rising. An increase in the concentration of carbon dioxide is doing one thing, and what is happening because of that, this carbon dioxide combined with water, as you know what it form, carbonic acid, and which dissociate to form H positive ion and bicarbonate ion. When these H positive ion are produced in large quantity in the blood, so blood में H positive ion की concentration बढ़ जाती है. We know that H positive and pH are inversely proportional to each other. So higher is the concentration of H positive, the pH value of blood goes down. And what happen at low pH? So low pH of blood, what it do? When the pH of blood falls, then the oxyhemoglobin, it can't remain at this form. It splits to release oxygen separate and hemoglobin separate. Is this point clear? So this is actually Bohr's effect. So what is Bohr's effect? Again, I'll say that as the pH of blood falls down, the oxyhemoglobin splits into oxygen and hemoglobin. Thus oxygen become free here, and this oxygen now from the blood capillary, it diffuses inside the body cells. Clear? So this is Bohr's effect. So we can say that in order to dissociate oxyhemoglobin, what is required? Low pH is required, and that low pH results in the breaking of this into oxygen and hemoglobin and make this oxygen available to the body tissue, and hemoglobin is free to catch new oxygen or to carry carbon dioxide along with that. Clear? So now what are the factors which influences the Bohr's effect? All those factors which shifts oxygen dissociation curve towards right hand side. And what were the factor? The first factor was increase in pH. Second factor was rise in temperature. And third factor was increase in the partial pressure of carbon dioxide. So all these factors, they will increase the Bohr's effect. What is Bohr's effect? Splitting of oxyhemoglobin into oxygen and hemoglobin at the higher partial pressure of carbon dioxide at lower pH of blood. Clear? Not higher, here it will be pH will be low, at lower pH of blood. That is called Bohr's effect. Thank you. That is all for this